Hey guys, this is a bit of a more informal video. Today we're going to be discussing the Queen Iceberg you can currently see on your screens right now, which popped up on the Queen Discord server a couple months ago. I actually meant to make this video a long time ago, but I just never had the time. I know Iceberg memes are kind of, dead. But, well, we might as well get it now. Might as well get to it now. So, if you've been living under a damn rock for the past, I don't know, God, 2020 feels like a friggin', 2020 just, it feels like a blur to me, but if you've been living under the rock for the past, since last year, you probably don't know what an iceberg meme is. Well, according to Know Your Meme, an iceberg tears parodies are usually images of an iceberg captured humorously, so as to convey that the tip of the iceberg is a summation of the knowledge of most people, while the much larger submerged part of the iceberg is a sum of all knowledge on any particular topic. These parodies are often used in the context of image boards like 4chan to ridicule outsiders, but they've also spread to just general fandoms. And one such fandom is the Queen fandom, specifically a segment that deals with concert, taping, and live performances. Sorry. And with that said, let's start off with the Hyde Park tier. So first in the iceberg, we have Farouk Bulsara, referring to the birth name of Freddie Mercury. You see, Freddie adopted his first name on stage early in his life, and even to the early days of his career in music, went by the name of Freddie Bulsara. It wouldn't be until Queen was formed that he adopted the last name of Mercury. Smile refers to Queen's predecessor, consisting of Brian May, Roger Taylor, and Tim Staffel, the latter of whom was both a bassist and a lead vocalist. You see, Freddie was a fan of Smile and a roommate of Roger, and when Tim suddenly left the band, Freddie asked to be made the lead vocalist in his place. Brian and Roger accepted, and soon after, the band's name was changed to Queen. Several Smile songs would make their way into Queen albums, most notably Doing Alright, and several more would be officially recorded but never released, such as Silver Salmon, which was revisited in 1977 during sessions for the News of the World album, but later shelved. This entry refers perhaps the most well-known of the bootlegged Queen concerts, not the least because they're both in video and audio form. Earl's Court, more specifically the first night, has been bootlegged since the 1990s, though most of the second night is still missing and consists of the final two shows from the Day at the Races tour in London in June of 1977. Earl's Court was videotaped specifically to be shown in the two jumbotrons inside the arena, similar to Led Zeppelin's shows in 1975, and was never meant for an official release. Hyde Park, however, was meant for release. It was the last in a series of 4 shows in September of 1976 in the UK, and was filmed with the intent of releasing it later in the year. However, it never saw the light of day until it was bootlegged. Houston 77 is another example, having been filmed for use in a never-released documentary about the North American leg of the News of the World tour. The documentary would eventually see the light of day when the album was reissued in 2017 for its 40th anniversary. Alright, this entry concerns Death on Two Legs, the opening track to A Night at the Opera. Now, people reading the track listing might know the subtitle is like Death Dedicated To. Well, the thing is, this song was written about Queen's first manager, Norman Sheffield, and how much he sucked. He underpaid the band significantly, and in one incident, he refused to assist John Deacon when he wanted to put a down payment on a house. Believe it or not, Death on Two Legs was not the first song Freddie wrote about him. The song Flick of the Wrist was also written about his treatment of Queen, albeit in a more discreet manner since he was still managing Queen at the time. This entry refers to the works of Brian and Roger outside of Queen. While the solo career of Freddie Mercury is relatively well known, especially his collaboration with Montserrat Caballé in the album Barcelona, Brian and Roger have also had relatively successful solo careers, especially in the 1990s after the death of Freddie. Roger would also form the band The Cross after Freddie's AIDS diagnosis made touring impossible for Queen, and also performed both original songs and several Queen songs he had written, such as I'm in Love with My Car. Strangely, Roger was not the drummer of his own band, but instead performing as a guitarist and lead vocalist. This refers to a song by Queen that never appeared on an album and only appeared as a B-side to the single version of Seven Seas of Rye. It was also performed live at various times until 1977. And with that out of the way, let's get to the Hangman tier. Alright, right off the bat, we have the aforementioned Hangman, a song by Queen that was performed live until 1976 but was never released officially. The strange thing is, no studio version of the song has ever been heard, though there are rumors of its existence. For now, the only record of this 6-minute hard rocker's existence are in various bootleg recordings of live performances. As mentioned before, The Cross was Rogers' band that he formed in 1987 after Freddie's AIDS diagnosis rendered touring by Queen an impossibility. They would release 3 albums and perform until breaking up in 1993, allowing Roger to continue with a solo career. Though the band was nowhere near as successful as Queen, the band saw a good deal of success in Germany. One of the most well-known songs is Heaven for Everyone, which was originally recorded for the album Shove It and featured Freddie as a guest vocalist. It would later be reworked and included on Made in Heaven in 1995. This refers to a side project early on in Queen's history by Freddie Mercury, when he sang 2 cover songs, one of the Ronettes and the Beach Boys' I Can Hear Music, and one of Dusty Springfield and the Byrds' Going Back. The name is a parody of British rock artist and later disgraced pedophile Gary Glitter, and the music recorded incorporated the wall sound technique first employed by Phil Spector, who also went to jail, though not for being a kitty diddler, but for being a killer. Strange world, isn't it? Anyway, only these 2 songs were recorded, and they were forgotten about for many years until they were included in the Queen bootleg release Queen in Nuce from Italy back in 1995, which featured these 2 songs as well as several Smile songs. And Nuce means like in birth in Italian, so it means like Queen at the moment of birth, pretty much, like the Queen before Queen, essentially.
Oh, my favorite.
Ooh, I knew this would come up. Yes, Queen Productions has been known to pitch correct and overdub releases of live concert audio and live concert footage or correct mistakes made on stage by the band. One of the most infamous examples is the second night at Wembley in 1986, which was the only night of the 2 released officially for many years. Freddie's voice was extensively overdubbed for the release, much to the chagrin of fans. It's a meme at this point to call Wembley the greatest Queen concert ever, since it very clearly is not, in terms of musical and vocal performances. Those who watch Queen's one and only performance on Saturday Night Live, their last ever show in North America with Freddie and John, will notice that Freddie's voice is... yeah, not good. Well, the reason that before the show was taped, Freddie got into a verbal or shouting match with his then boyfriend. The same bit his finger during a fight before the band show at Milton Keynes Bowl earlier in the year, causing Freddie to wear a bandage on stage. Needless to say, this argument temporarily damaged his voice, leading to...
Take a long ride on my motorbike to ready, Freddie, to raise your little big dollar.
Speaking of Freddie's voice, he developed vocal fold nodules in 1975 during the North American leg of the Sheer Heart Attack tour. These nodules would stay with him for the rest of his life and would cause him issues during live performances for the rest of his career. He feared getting surgery for them because of the risk that the surgery would permanently damage his voice. One of the most infamous tours where this affected his voice was the Jazz Tour, especially the Japanese leg, which saw Freddie battle with a rough cold and a packed touring schedule, leading to truly awful performances at Tokyo, Kobe, and Fukuoka in April and May of 1979. These kind of shows are arguably some of the worst concerts Freddie ever gave. But hey, at least they all sounded good musically. Jazz Tour was one of Freddie's worst tours vocally, but one of Queen's best tours musically. The Crazy Tour had happened about 6 months after the Japanese leg of the tour ended. And while Freddie's voice was amazing, Brian would have several brah moments on stage, such as this one. This refers to an unreleased song from the News of the World sessions that finally saw a proper release when the album was reissued in 2017. The song, written by Brian and sung by Freddie, was a short one and at least 10 takes of it were made. Take 10 was what made it onto the reissue, while Take 9 was shown at a convention in 2001 and subsequently leaked on the internet via a recording of the panel it was shown in. And with that out of the way, let's get to the Hanover 84 tier. Oh boy, here we go. Thinking to yourself, who is Greg? Why is Freddie telling him to suck it? What's a C5? Well, the C5 part refers to the high note by Freddie in the rock section of Bohemian Rhapsody. This is a difficult note to hit, and as such, Freddie avoided it like the plague on stage, usually singing the line like this.
So you think you can show me and spit in my eye? So you think you can love me and leave me to die? Oh, baby.
You only have 4 recorded instances of Freddie hitting this note, and 3 of them recorded on the Crazy Tour in late 1979. One of them, Glasgow 79, specifically the second night in Glasgow on December 1st of that year, was long debated by the fan due to the poor quality of the tape. Many thought that the audience sang the note instead of Freddie until an upgrade of the source tape was discovered and uploaded to the internet, putting an end to the debate once and for all. Now, one may notice that Queen did not do any concerts in 1983. Well, it was not going to be this way originally. The band did book several shows in South America in late 1983, including a show in Montevideo, Uruguay. However, these shows were canceled due to security concerns. Posters, as seen on the screen, were made for these shows, indicating this was a last-minute decision. Queen would ultimately do the 2 shows for the Rock in Rio Festival in January of 1985 to replace them. This entry could refer to a variety of things. As with many bands, Queen did not always keep the multi-tracks of every song they ever did due to economic concerns, resulting in some tracks being lost. For example, the song Coming Soon off the album The Game had to be remixed and put back together for the album's original CD release since the original master of the complete song was lost. Additionally, this entry could have also referred to the fact that though Queen recorded virtually every concert via their soundboards from 1972 onwards, not every concert was kept due to space and financial limitations, so some were wiped and their tapes reused. As mentioned in the title of this tier, Hanover 84 refers to a concert on the European leg of the Works tour in 1984. During this concert, Freddie injured his leg after falling down the stairs at the conclusion of the song Hammer to Fall. Apologies for the awful quality of that tape, by the way. After this incident, the concert was cut short, but Freddie being Freddie, he decided to soldier on and perform 3 more songs before the concert ended early, performing Bohemian Rhapsody, We Will Rock You, and We Are the Champions, while sitting at his piano the whole time before being carried off stage and rushed to the hospital.
Oh, this is the best, the finest bootleg. 4-star, best in the city. Zag it!
Mike MacLeod was a well-known concert taper in the Los Angeles area who was best known for his Led Zeppelin bootlegs. He was active from 1974 until he tragically committed suicide in 1994. It was long speculated if he ever taped Queen, and in 2020 it was confirmed that he did. So far, tapes of shows in the North American leg of the Races Tour and News of the World Tours in Englewood and Long Beach have emerged, and tapes of 2 of the 3 Englewood 78 shows at the end of the North American leg of the Jazz Tour have also been confirmed as existing but have not yet been released. In true Mike MacLeod fashion, these tapes are in excellent quality and are some of the best tapes ever made of the band. This refers to the last Queen concert with Freddie at Nebworth in 1986. Footage shot by Doro Productions has emerged of parts of the concert, but it's long been speculated that more footage exists. We do, unfortunately, know that all the footage recorded for the Jumbotron on the top of the stage is lost due to the fact that it was never recorded as it was being filmed. However, a complete bootleg camera recording of the Jumbotron screen exists, taken by a concert goer. Alright folks, we'll get to the 4th tier into the next part of this video, which will be coming out, to be honest, I don't know, it will be coming out soon though. Anyways, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos on this channel.